fantastic when you become a Rod Academician. You sign your name on a piece of paper and Joshua Reynolds is at the top of it. Most museums seem to be rather dead. Rod Academy is anything but. There's a school, there are the academicians, there's the collection. I think it's got all the fundaments that a cultural institution desires. I love that this place is both sort of conventional and at the same time a surviving and vital, dynamic institution. When we were asked about, how should Burlington Gardens be treated architecturally, the first thing we said was occupy it more than change it, inherit it. We've tried to make sure that the original building is revealed as much as it can be and celebrated as much as it can be. The big change is that we'll have two entrances. Front door facing Piccadilly in the south and a new front door to Burlington Gardens and Cork Street and Bond Street. In many ways, architecturally, this is a sort of very modest physical intervention. We're sort of knocking a hole in the wall, making a little bridge, and it's a small amount of architecture for a large amount of result. The fact that you will be able to go from an exhibition in Burlington House to a lecture in Burlington Gardens just by going through the link, I think that's going to be a great opportunity. There's something about making a room that's not a typical auditorium, and it's our ambition to make a beautiful room. I like to think that the quality of this room might have some effect on the quality of conversation. And it's probably the strongest piece of design we're making. I like the idea that when it's done, no one's really going to know that it wasn't there before, or, wasn't this always there? Or I like the idea it's a bit more ambiguous. But there will be a series of interventions which will all add up to something very different. And the issue is then more about programming and activity than it is about hardware. Very aware of the dangers of, especially in museum design, where the hardware becomes more present than the software. The Academy has its own collection. The collection doesn't really have a sort of home. It's like our silverware, it's the family heirlooms, and I think that stuff has not been given enough presence. It's not a project where you're going to necessarily have free rein. It's more to do with your ability to interpret and do the right thing than it is to do a big thing. For me, the Rod Academy is a sort of incredibly important project in the sense that we've been entrusted, and it's something I value a lot.